This week we are giving ourselves 24 hours to see how many castles we can visit here in Germany. Of course, there are some rules to that. In order for it to count as a point, I have to be able to physically reach out and touch a part of each castle we visit. That means we aren't able to simply drive by the castle and say we saw it, but that also means we don't have to go into the castle itself. As long as the castle has a wall I can reach out and touch, it still counts. And since castle ruins have walls, they're also fair game. And the clock starts running at exactly 12 noon. Okay, that's the alarm. This is the first castle. 1, that's 1 castle. Here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. It's 1 small step for man, 1 giant leap for mankind. Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
All right, so it's about 12:45, only about 45 minutes into our challenge, and we're back at home because we're having problems with the car. We were off to a rough start. After about a 45-minute delay, we were finally off to find a second castle for our challenge. But it didn't look like the weather was going to cooperate with us. Schloss Danneburg, our second castle. It's not in the plan, but we saw it on the way, so we're gonna check it out, see if we can run up to it and touch the wall, and that'll be number 2. The Marienburg Castle has been sitting on this land for almost 1,000 years. Dating back to 1213 as an Augustinian convent and later converted into the castle we see today, the complex itself is now used as an art museum. All right, so apparently here you have to pay for entrance, so I'm just gonna go ask the guy at the front to see if I can put my hand on the wall and come right back out without paying for it. We'll see how that goes.
Hallo, kurze Frage. Wir brauchen nur einen Shot von hier aus, wie er die Wand anfasst und wieder zurückläuft. Also wir brauchen nur das kurz aufnehmen. Ist das okay? Dass er
Nein, ich meine, darf ich einfach den Wand anfassen und dann wieder zurück? Hey, the lady was nice enough to let me come in and put my hand on the wall, so here we go. Castle number 2.
Good. Good job.
Oh, and special thanks to the lady who was nice enough to let me in and touch the wall without paying. So it's 1:37 and we've seen 2 castles in 1.5 hours. That's... I was hoping we'd see more by now, but that's, you know, car problems, what can you do? And with that out of the way and our spirits high, it was off to the next castle. We are at the 3rd castle, and this is called, what's the name of this castle?
I don't know.
We were at Castle Woldenberg, and little did we know, we were about to stumble into a little surprise. Okay, the firemen are here, so I hope that's not going to be a problem. Okay, this castle is not very big, but it counts, so let's go touch the wall. Number 3. Three castles. Built between 1153 and 1160, the castle has been used for almost anything a castle could be used for. From a monastery to an anti-aircraft tower in World War II, the castle even played its part in the 30 Years' War.
Wedding going on.
Oh.
There currently.
Oh no. But today, it was being used for a wedding. There's a wedding going on, so I'm not gonna do that again. Let's just get out of here and move on to the next castle. But unfortunately, it wasn't gonna be that simple. So it's a little bit too late because they're already standing outside and we can't get out of this area without being in their way. So my video is definitely not as important as their wedding, so we're gonna hide back here until they're finished with everything. And then we'll, then we'll continue on, but yeah, we'll see how much time this eats up. And while we were waiting, we decided the tower would be the perfect place to hide out. That is, if the wooden stairs were sturdy enough to hold our weight. All right, we've been up here for a little while now, about 15 minutes or so, and they're not going anywhere, so we're gonna see if we can make our way through the crowd without being noticed. And cue the 80s music. Now's our chance. After making our daring escape, it was off to number 4. So apparently we're at the location of the 4th castle. Germany has decided to show its true self and rain all over us. This castle is now a bunch of ruins, but I'm gonna touch the wall anyways, and that counts as seeing a castle. All right, so where I'm standing right now used to be a castle. No, it wasn't. It has been reduced to ruins, as you can see, but the wall is still here. So that is number 4. Yeah? And no, it's not. Ow. What was on that? I stuck myself with something. But it wouldn't count because the Bergdorf ruins were never a castle. In the midst of the 24-hour challenge chaos, Desi and I had made a mistake. We confused the Bergdorf church ruins for castle ruins. That means this won't count as a point, and we've only still seen 3 castles. And after getting wet for nothing, we didn't know if the weather was going to cooperate, but that didn't matter. We were determined to complete this challenge, even if I smelled like a wet dog. Just a short 15-minute drive and we had reached our next destination, the Marienburg Castle. Built around the year 1200 and sitting on the edge of a plateau and above a small swamp, it served as a fortress and border castle to protect the trade routes in the area. Today, it was the 4th point in our challenge. right, so that's like 5 castles in 5 hours, and we're already pretty beat. And we got like 19 more hours to go to see how many castles we can see. So we're gonna take a really quick break, find a McDonald's or something like that, and use the bathroom. And also, I had to dry off because, you know, you don't want to get sick. At this point, we had filmed for about 5 straight hours, and we figured it was time to visit the American Embassy, you know, for a break. And, of course, a little bit of relief as well. Our break is over, and we are right at the entrance to castle number 6. This one is also a ruin, so it's not a complete castle, but the wall is still there. Let's go check it out. Oh, wow. Look at this. Why are we sleeping in the car when we have all this that we could probably stay here tonight and nobody would know it? Nobody would know it. Look. So I could sleep under the bar right there where there's a roof, and Daisy could stay right up here. It's perfect. Number 6. There it is. Only 67 kilometers away from our starting point stands the Stapelberg Castle ruins. Built to guard the road on the northern edge of the Harz Mountains, the castle was also used as a toll station. And as beautiful as it is, I wish we could have stayed longer. But the sun was going down, and we wanted to try to find at least one more castle before finding a place to sleep for the night. And only about a 15-minute drive away from where we just were is our next castle, right here in front of me. Number 6 in our challenge was the Ilsenburg Castle. Relatively new for a castle, the construction began in 1860, and in the spirit of German efficiency, it looked as if it was still being built. Nowadays, the castle serves as a monastery. And for us, it was also the last castle of the day. But luckily, Daisy and I found a nice little spot to sleep for the night. In our car. Okay, so here we are for the night. This is where we will be sleeping. We're not allowed to stay in the RV park place right next to where we are, but we have this whole parking place to ourselves. In Germany, you pay for everything, even if it's an empty parking lot to sleep in for the night. This time, it was only €6. Not a bad price compared to a hotel.
Okay. Toilettennummer.
The bathrooms are closed, so we'll be pooping in the woods tonight. But the good thing is, there's a free hat here. But I don't want it. I have enough. So it's about 10 o'clock at night, and we've settled into the car pretty well. I'm actually more comfortable than I thought I would be. How you doing, Daisy?
Frag mich morgen.
Yeah, we'll probably have back problems tomorrow, but that's the challenge, huh? Yeah, with that being said, we're gonna grab a little shut-eye. Good morning, everyone. It is like 7 in the morning, and I'm pretty sure I slept like 20 minutes and then woke up, and then 20 minutes, and then like I think I didn't sleep any longer than 20 minutes at any time. And then Daisy too, we just sleep for about 20 minutes or 30 minutes and turn around and then sleep for another 20 or 30 minutes and then turn around. What do you say, coffee? Some kind of breakfast, and then castles until 12. Even though the sun wasn't shining, it was a beautiful morning. As we woke up, we were greeted by the misty mountaintops of Germany. And after getting some food in our system and picking up a little snack for later, it was about time for us to hit up the first castle of the day, the Schierker Castle. Built in 1888, the current owner of the castle purchased it for only 250,000 euros. To put that in perspective, that cost less than my old house in South Florida. And with that in mind, it was off to the next castle while seriously rethinking the financial decisions I've made with my life. And just like that, we were at the Königsberg Castle ruins. The only problem was that it's only accessible by foot. And if you don't take the short trail up the side of what is almost a cliff, you could find yourself hiking a few kilometers to get to it. And with our time running out, that meant I was going up the quick way, in the rain.
It's definitely a hike. I really hope this thing leads me to the castle. Whew. Okay. Not too bad on time. I think that took about like 3 minutes. I'm way up here. Let's go touch the castle.
It's not known exactly when this castle was built, but thanks to soil research and pottery found at the site, we now know that it's most likely constructed during the 13th century.
Boom. Now that's actually castle number 8. Because, you know, the last one just had to be number 7 and not number 8. You know. Geschafft.
All right. We don't know if we're allowed to park here. So Daisy's gonna stay in the car while I kind of run up the hill again and see castle number 9. Built on a limestone hill in 1123, the Blankenberg Castle was the largest on our list. Once designed as a fortified castle, it's undergone structural changes over the years. In November of 1546, a fire broke out, destroying large portions of the building. In 2005, however, the city of Blankenberg came together and started an association in order to protect and restore the castle.
Castle number 9, if I'm counting right.
As much as I wanted to stay and admire its beauty, we had only 20 minutes left in our challenge. And there was a castle right at the bottom of the hill. If we could make it in time, that would make 10 castles in 24 hours. All right, so we're at the last location, but we have a little bit of a problem. There are two different buildings and we're not exactly sure which one is the castle. Right behind me it says Kleine Schloss, which translates to little castle, but then there's another building over there, which is like the garden castle or something like that. They're both one, I think, so I'm just gonna go ahead and touch both of them and they'll count as one just to be safe. Let's go. Okay, that's 9.5, I guess. Let's go get the other half. We have 13 minutes left. I think we're gonna get it. The Kleine Schloss was built as a garden house in 1725. Constructed as a large half-timbered house, the building was changed over the centuries into a sandstone palace. Complete with a beautiful garden, emperors and kings once held summer festivals here. And still used today for weddings and other social events, this would be the last castle in our 24-hour challenge. And just like that, in less than 24 hours, 10 castles. We did it. Well, there was no goal, but we did 10 castles in 24 hours. That's it. In the last 24 hours, we visited 10 castles, almost crashed a wedding, slept in our car, did some hiking, and avoided taking a shower. And with all of that out of the way, there was only one thing left to do. I don't know if I can even do it. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. I'll hurt myself. That's it, and that's I think that's pretty much the end of the video. And if you liked that video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the like button, because we go on at least one adventure each week. So we'll see you guys next week. Peace.